All right. First and foremost, we like to give all praise on the glory to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutations. Hopefully, they got them pushing this word of truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here, man. Y'all want to the believers, the listeners that have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Shai. All right, once again, you know, we are the true children of Israel, all right, of the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob according to the scriptures. All right, in the latter times, Yahweh Shai promised that he will raise up the house of David, man. And see, now the house of David is on the scene, all right? And the house of David's been raised up to conquer, all right, these heathens, man. You see, the scriptures say how the saints gonna take the kingdom, man. You know, so the Lord is raising a standing army, all right? The men that you see who have repented, you know, came back to the faith. The Lord is molding those men, all right, to that spiritual army. All right, until their standard is lifted, man. You know? So we already have the victory. The thing is about staying, all right, consistent, man. Just about enduring. All right?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 57.
Yep.
But thanks be to the Most High, which giveth us the victory through our Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Yeah, this is the winning team. You know? This we already know what the winning team is. The thing is to just stay down with it. There's going to be a lot of enchantments going out from the enemy to try to discourage the faith. That's why the scriptures emphasize so much on faith. We need to keep this same mindset going through what we finna go through, man. Because we already know it's a victory in Yahweh Shai. We know how the story ends and play out. All right? The thing is to hold fast to what we got in the scriptures say. You know? In fact, get that Revelation 2:25. That's why Yahweh Shai is saying this, man. You know, because we know this the truth. When you go into the prophecies and you go into World War III and the outcome, you see, we know how it goes. All right? Esau doesn't prevail. You get Revelation 12 and 7. You got it, bro.
God, this is Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25.
Yep, go ahead.
But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
So we just got to hold fast, which means to hold tight until Yahweh Shai comes. Hey, that's what this thing is about, is enduring until Yahweh Shai comes. All right? Because that's going to be that reinforcement of everything we've been speaking about. Is the appearance and showing up of Yahweh Shai. He's going to put his stamp on the ministry, man. All right? He's going to bring everything to a conclusion, man. Yahweh Shai is the ultimate, you know, closer, man. That's why he's known as what? The author and finisher of our faith. You know, because he's going to be the one to finish the faith. You see? You got it, bro.
Going on, it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Power over the nations. There's rulership. Hey, we are on the path to rulership, man. Yeah, of course it seems like a light thing, but see, that comes with that endurance and that faith. Because we out here, but everyone's still walking around, you know, like this ain't nothing major that we doing, but this gonna actually play out. All right? The same men that you see right here, all right, on this street corner, are going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai if we endure. You see? The same men going to be on thrones, going to be over realms. All right? So this is a road to rulership. All right? Because Yahweh Shai is coming to conquer, man. You know? All we got to do is hold fast. All right? You got it, bro.
God, it says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Yep.
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
Yeah, and that's going to the heathens beginning with Esau Edom. You know? Because these heathens have been heavily influenced by Esau Edom. You know? The scriptures talk about how the whole earth lies in sin, man. You know? So they have to be reconditioned. And it's going to be through a harsh captivity, man. You know? A rigorous rule, which is going to set a vibration of righteousness in the earth, man. You know? That's what this thing is about, and we want to partake in there with Yahweh Shai, man. You know? You got it.
This is Revelation 12 and verse 7.
Yep.
And there was war in heaven.
Yep.
Michael and his angels.
Hey, there's a war in heaven, war in the atmosphere, man. And this is going into what? The Third World's War. This is the conclusion of the Third World's War. Get it, Revelation 11, 14.
Michael and his angels
Yep.
fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against and his angels.
Yeah, so going into the NATO and the EU, because they're going to be the chief nations, you know, in America that's going to fight against Yahushua and those other heathens as well. But those Edomite militaries are going to be on the front line, all right, in this war against Yahushua. You see? But it said what? They prevailed not. All right? So that means he lost, man. You know? So the scripture already tell you the outcome of the game. It's already fixed, man.
That's it.
You see? How you can't bet on the fixed game, man? You know it's fixed, man. You gambling on something that's already fixed, man. You know, niggas be disappointed when they bet on the final. That shit rigged. That's why you lost, man. It had nothing to do with a nigga sprained ankle. You know, yeah, if he would have hit that free throw, yeah, you know, no. Shit rigged. It's rigged, man. All right, and the insiders know who to bet on. So we the insiders. We got the inside. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 8, Revelation 12:8, and prevail not.
Prevail not. Go ahead.
Neither was their place found anymore in heaven.
In rulership. All right. His position. All right. We're finna see this dynasty come to an end, man. You know, because Esau has been undefeated in the earth, man. These other heathens had no answer for Esau, man. All right. Yeah, we can make war with the beast, man. You know. So now something else from another realm is gonna come into this realm. All right. And deal with them, man. That's it. You see?
God, this is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. It says, the second woe is past.
The second woe, the second world's war is past. Go ahead.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
The third woe coming quickly, man. All right? Hey, every rocket that we see shot over there in the Middle East, that's a rocket closer to the third world's war, man. You see? Yahushua, the stage is being set for Yahushua. You know? Let's brother get that Psalm 10 and 1. Keep going.
It says, and the seventh angel sounded,
yep.
And there was great voices in heaven, saying, the kingdom of this world,
go ahead,
are become the kingdoms of our Lord,
have become the kingdoms of our Lord, go ahead,
and of his anointed,
and
he shall reign forever and ever.
So that's the end result. And the horn had to blow on that, man. That's the end result of the third world's war, man. All right, Yahushua is coming to take over the kingdoms of the earth, man. All right, so that means the earth is going to be spoiled, man. We want to partake in that, man. That's it. You see?
Can I say too? That's a fulfillment of Psalm, the second chapter. Ask of me, and I will give thee the heathens, and the uttermost part of the earth without possession, man. That's it.
Yep.
Lord, he's coming to take down the king. They're going to be in his possession, man. He's going to do what the hell, he's going to do with it what he will.
Yep.
You sit out over there, Brian.
It's Psalms 98 and 1. Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song, for he have done marvelous things.
He have done marvelous things. That's past tense. You see? Showing that it's already played out, man. You know? It's just a thing of believing in what the scriptures say the outcome gonna be. Go ahead.
His right hand and his holy arm have gotten him the victory.
Hey, that right hand, because Yahushua is coming with that clutch. All right? Yahushua coming in the clutch, man. You know, when all the pressure is on the line, man. You know, because this is a Game of Thrones that we in, man. You know, this is Game of Thrones. So Yahushua, he's gonna come through and get that ultimate victory, man. He's gonna come and wipe out everything, man. All these heathen military will be wiped out by Yahushua, man. You know, go ahead.
It says the Lord have made known his salvation.
Yep.
His righteousness have he openly showed in the sight of the heathen.
In the sight of the heathen, man. And it's going to be that showcase that Yahushua is going to put on. That's how he's going to make his salvation known, man. This deliverance is going to be with glory, man. You know? Get that
Psalms 110, verse 1, the Psalm of David. The Lord Yahweh said, the Lord Yahweh said unto my Lord, sit down my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool.
So both sides orchestrating this World War III just to set the stage up for Yahushua, man. You see? The Most High is orchestrating this third World War just to set the stage for Yahushua to come back, man. You see? That's when the enemy's going to be made his footstool, man. You know? And all we have to do is endure and believe, man. That's why this is worth dying for, man. All right? Because guess what? When Yahushua comes back, those that died in Yahushua are going to be on no chariots, man. Nothing can separate us from this
I was
victory.
just saying.
Yep.
Nothing can separate from the love of Yahweh.
Yep. Nothing can separate us from this victory, man. You know? So that's why we count these lives as nothing, man. You know? There's nothing here, all right, to try to stick around for, man. We ready for the end game, man. You know? These people have a mind frame of this current situation continuing, man. All right? We looking for all the signs of the end. That's why brothers are occupied in the prophecy, because we know everything we want is within the prophecy, man. You know?
You said ones that die in this ministry, hey, it's a good thing because they're going to get salvation anyway. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 14, they're going to go straight to the point. It says, for if we believe that Yahweh Shai died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahweh Shai will the Most High bring with him.
Yep, so Yahweh Shai, when he comes back, those spirits, you know, he's going to resurrect those spirits, those men, all right, those believers that died for his testimony, man. And they still going to sit on them thrones, man, with the rest, you know, of the elect, you know, beginning with the 144,000, man. So there's nothing that can get in the way, you know, of the elect receiving that victory, man, of the 144,000 being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, man. All right, even death can't stop him because he got power over death. Yahweh Shai has power over the death, man. You know?
What can I say? So like, remember after Yahweh Shai resurrected, you know, the dead came from their grave, rose out of their grave.
Yeah.
And came back into the city, man. That was heavy right there. Yeah. All right? And that was a heavy miracle Yahweh Shai left. You know? Now, that was a foreshadow. That was a precursor to now. We came out of our graves and we came back to the city, because this really the city. This that city, that one city that the Lord said he has, the one city he loved, like he had the one pit he loved, the one father. But it's that city, man. You know?
The citizens.
Yeah, the citizens, yeah. But the point is, Yahweh Shai, you know, he got the power over the dead as well. Oh, that's in the scripture. Lord said he had power to forgive sins. Yep. So what it says, sin, transgression of the ways of death is sin is the ways of death.
Just to back you up, we have nothing else. This is Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 14. For here have we no continual city, but we seek one to come.
You know, because this ain't meant for us, man. Hey, this current setup, this current society ain't meant for us, man. You gotta look at the situation we in, man. We got a nation where the majority of our women are complete enemies to us, man.
Right.
All right? The niggas are complete enemies to us, man. The heathens are complete enemies unto us, man. You know? So it's the house of David versus the earth, man. You see? That's a situation we in, man. You know? So we should pray that the Most High send his son back to subdue these heathens and put them under our feet, man. So we can rule over them, man. You know, you gotta be grieved being in this kingdom, man, where everything is against you, man. You know, hey, the whole earth supposed to work for our favor, man. From the animals to the people to the trees, the creation, everything supposed to work in our favor, man. But Esau has weaponized everything, man. He weaponized food. He weaponized women. You know, he weaponized these niggas, man. You know, everything has become weaponized within this society, man. You know, yeah, the earth, the air you breathe, the water, you know, everything is weaponized, man. This earth is supposed to shoot forth life, man. And this man turned everything into death.
Can I say that? Yeah. Shout of death. Yeah. And scripture say the last enemy will be death, man. Yeah. So my white man, everything is very dead. It's very existent. Like you look at it, like clear leprosy. It signifies death, man. Yeah. And he really contrasts adverse to everything on the planet Earth. Yeah. Like the sun, the earth, the sun is at odds with this nigga. This nigga needs sunscreen and shit like that. Let's show you. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a big benefit for Esau. Yeah. Man, if you had your own sunscreen thing, you can boom. Oh, you nigga looking for way to make money. Yeah. Look up this sunscreen. It's gonna sell itself, man. Just like they say, certain business, like the funeral business, you know, always make money. Mother gonna die every day. Like a sucker boy and everything. But that's Esau, man. Esau needs that sunscreen, bro. straight up. That spirit, like, yeah. If you holler out Esau, you know, they gonna look back, man. Yeah.
I got something for you, bro, real quick. Just going back. You said everybody against us. This is but we're against them.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 1 in verse 18. For behold, I have made thee this day a defense city. In an iron pillar.
What can I say? They go back to what we were saying earlier, that city. When those who rose from the grave, they came back to the city, that was really a twofold. That was a metaphor and a spirit for what's happening now. So the Lord made us a defense city, man. All right, this is the one city that Esau, we were touching on that briefly last night. Esau set up a plan, they'll demonize you and set up a boogeyman, and they all of a sudden, this motherfucker's coming off a helicopter, coming into your, you know, they'll even come to your compound. They're gonna do that on the news. They come, you the kid at your compound, man, with papers and shit. Motherfuckers with weapons. But this is a defense city. The Lord set us up, man. You can't penetrate this, man. Esau trying to figure out a way to come up against us. Nothing working. You know, the Lord set it up with the alternative media with a light on now. Esau can't say to these violent guys. You remember what was the lady came out the Department of what's it, Defense? She said, no, the Israelites, they not violent. Remember the guy tried to came at the press conference? The woman came out. The FBI director came out. And she said, nah, once I know about them, they not violent. You know, that's the Lord putting that light on them. You know, they can't just they can't set the tone anymore, the narrative in their favor, man. So that's the part, this is contributing to this defense city right here.
And wisdom is defense.
That's it.
That's it. I was just thinking, that what makes us a defense city. Moving in wisdom, supreme wisdom, not conventional wisdom of this world. Moving like a permanent American. I'm talking about a 2/3 because they permanent Americans. You know what I'm saying? They conform to this world, so and they're gonna be conformed to this world. So they permanent Americans, but we moving what? Supreme wisdom, the wisdom from the Most High through Yahweh Shah. Hey, you don't get no higher than that.
They set the defense around you, man.
Come on. Jeremiah 1 and 18. It said, for behold, I have made thee this day a defense city in an iron pillar and brazen walls against the whole land.
So we got to understand the whole land. That's the whole earth.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, but see, you know, brothers, hey, we got glory in the opportunity that we got, man. Hey, because we the underdog, man. It's us versus the earth. You know, there's only a few men who think like we think and believe in what we believe, man. You know? But this wisdom makes us what? A defense city, man. You see? Because when you go into Proverbs, go to Proverbs 2 and 10.
God, this is Proverbs 2 and 10.
Yep.
When wisdom entereth into thy heart,
Yep.
and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul,
Yep.
discretion shall preserve thee.
Discretion shall preserve thee. You see? So it's the wisdom that really puts a defense around us, man. And then the chariots on deck, angels on deck, everything on deck, man. We in a time, you know, when Esau got us surrounded, going back, we take account with Elisha. You know, the Syrians had him surrounded, but the Most High had this nigga surrounded, man. You know?
Hey, can I say too? Like, you got that light around you. The thief can't, you know, when there's a light shining around, he can't really make a move. That's that truth, because Esau knows that the day he make that move, that he's going to have to go up against the, you know, the highest power conceivable, man. So truth itself is what set Esau behind the 8 ball. It's like a foreign entity to him. You know, he's like, oh shit, you know, he never saw that. Like, oh, remember the Karate Kid, when he started doing the crank, he started doing whatever that move, and the dude stopped in his tracks. He never saw that before. So Esau don't know how to come at this, man. Yeah, let us see the word we choose here.
Yeah, going back to that wisdom is a defense. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 12. For wisdom is a defense.
Yeah, wisdom is a defense. You know, hey, wisdom defends you from bad decision making, man. You know, because there's a lot of Israelites, there's a lot of niggas getting put to death based on decision making, man. You know, being bad situation with women based on what? Decision making, man. Bad situation with the police. Why? Because of decision making, man. You see, wisdom is a defense, man. You know, go ahead.
It says, and money is a defense.
Yep, and money, which money is a tool. You know, so we know, like Scripture say, use this world, not abuse it.
Right.
You know, so the man, you know, we utilize different, you know, legal ways to make an income because we know we still in a functioning society. You see, go ahead.
It says, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Got the wisdom or exceeds everything, man. All right? Hey, because there's a lot of niggas with money, you know, but they have no wisdom and not preserved, man. You know, I think 2020 was 200 rappers got killed. You know, them niggas had a little money, you see, but they ain't have wisdom in their decision making, man. You know?
Like real quick, it says, but the excellency. So I got this word excellency real quick. It says in the Strong's H3504. It says advantage, profit, excellency. All right. So
hey, because wisdom push you ahead of the curve, man.
Right.
And that's why the elites have been so far ahead of everyone, because they was illuminated on the left hand side. You see, they been knew who all the nations were. You know, they been knew what the Bible was speaking of with particular things, man. You know, so they had the ups on everyone because they had this, you know, they had this great advantage in wisdom. You see, but since we've been illuminated on the right hand side, now we're on an even playing field. You see?
because it said an excellency, right? It's an advantage. When you know what's going to happen in a certain place, great analogy we always use. Somebody come in, you know what I mean, and say, look, hey, I'm finna shoot the place up, like the brother always uses it now. That's great. That's beautiful. Somebody tell you, give you a forewarning, a danger. So that's the advantage that we have. We got the forewarning of danger. The scripture said, my son, all right, go speak to the children of Israel, warn them for me. Roughly paraphrasing what? Ezekiel 3:17. So that's the advantage of having supreme wisdom. It's going to be the ultimate, defense, which is a shadow, a shade of protection. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what to do, or we know what to look for. What it is, reaction. Anticipation.
Yeah. Then the reaction. Yahweh said, Scripture tell you, walk amongst the battlements of the city. You get hold of that one too. You have to miss the snare. So it's like the brother going into. It's your decision making, man. Oh, they have with King David. Some of the Philistines, they cloning him off. He acted like he was a madman. Yeah. You know, and that was a fool. It looked foolish. Yeah. That's somebody does, man. And it was foolish.
Real quick. God, this is Ecclesiastes 9. I just get to the point. Ecclesiastes 9:13. This wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great unto me.
It seemed great. It seemed under the sun, which is on earth. And see what people gotta understand, like wisdom and strength. That's what make greatness. Right. You know, it's wisdom combined with strength. You know, because you got a lot of niggas that can box, they're strong, but they don't have the wisdom to elevate to that elite level. It takes some wisdom with anything you do. It takes particular wisdom to really elevate above everyone, man.
They can't fully utilize what they got.
Yeah. It takes a wisdom, you know, to really elevate to the ultimate level, man. Great king, you know, he utilizes wisdom along with his strength, you know, to conquer, to extend his kingdom, man. Wisdom is heavy, man, and that's what we tapping into, man. The wisdom on how to rule, man. All right? You got it, bro.
God, this is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 5. Yep. Get wisdom, get understanding. Yep. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth.
Yep. So get wisdom and get understanding. You see, understanding how things work. You know, that's what makes, you know, a king great. It's like I say, is the wisdom. Solomon was the greatest king based on what? His wisdom. You know, he knew how to operate. He knew how to move according to what? Wisdom, man. You see?
Now, can I say something real quick too? It said decline not from it. Now, when you decline, that means you downgrade. See, when you got this truth, when you step up, you disassociate yourself with it. You just took a step down, man. Yeah, you just declined, man. So that proves right there, this is the highest, approach in life, man. The wisdom that's given by Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, cause like you were saying earlier, like you can be a brother that's making $40,000 a year, but you are part of the ministry and the truth, the teaching. You being a benefit to the body, but you leave that, you know, and you go to make $140,000 a year to join the Air Force. You know, hey, it seems wise, you know, right then. But then the foresight, when you go into prudence, is someone who can look into the future and make decisions. You go into the word prudence, though.
Hey, that's a true example of conventional wisdom. Because you said seeing wise, but that's conventional wisdom. The real supreme wisdom of that is say, fuck that shit, man. I already got the kingdom right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got the real one. You got to see it. That's the real money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's an attribute. You can anticipate. You know, you get into stocks, you know, you got to feel what's coming down the pipe. I don't know if that was the best example, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you can anticipate, But that's the ups we got on everybody else. We can see the world to come, man. So we put our stock into that. You know? Like a lot of people, I was watching the old story, the old Cash Money niggas. And they brought, they bought in BG. What they did now, they brought in Juvenile. And what they did, they cleared the whole roster. They had a whole roster for them other boys. And they said, yeah, man, this is the new Cash Money. And Juvenile said, like, what? Me, BG, and Shorty, and we gonna be? And he said, yeah, y'all gonna be the guys. Right. But he said, you know what? They saw it. They knew they was. See, they put stock into something that wasn't even there yet, man. Really, every time it's based upon that. Everything you do, if you what would you call it? If you lucrative, hey, watch this. Yeah, if you lucrative in anything, it really goes. There's a level of foresight there, man. You have to have a spirit of anticipation. So that's really overall what we developed up here. Eyes to see a world to come, man. And we put everything. And what the Lord said, your energy pretty much. What the scripture say, it's almost like paying attention, pretty much. But it's just like no. Just you being here pretty much. Your time, your money, not money, but your energy. You know, your sacrifice is really the payment. Right. You know, that's what you said. Yeah. Oh, make their bodies a living sacrifice. Make your body. So you put your time, your energy into this. That's the investment. That's the investment into the world to come. Like you saw a stock. Nobody. Yeah, that's that down payment. That's it. That's it. I got something.
Proverbs 4:6, it says, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee.
Forsake her not, she shall preserve thee. And you gotta think about it. The reason every brother up here didn't take the jab was based on what wisdom this one. You see, hey, that we ain't seen the last of the jab, you know, just because the nigga, you know, out riding the scooter, you know, the jab, you know, the consequence of that jab ain't fully played out yet, man. Your boy up to something, man, and we gonna see how not, you know, bowing down to this man's and looking at him and looking at his system as some type of salvation, how it's gonna pay off, man. Go ahead.
It says, love her, and she shall keep thee.
Love her, and she shall keep thee, man. Which means what? When you love something, you prioritize it, man. You know, and we prioritize this way of life, man. You know.
So Proverbs 2:10, when wisdom enter into thy heart,
enter into thy mind. You see, it's one thing to know wisdom, but when it enters into thy mind, you know, it's like you download it. You see, you download the software of the scriptures, man. So now we being reprogrammed. So when wisdom enters into our mind, all right, that's when you start seeing change, man. What's that scripture say? You see your big
and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul. Proverbs 2:11. Discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee.
Wisdom shall preserve thee. You know, so we're being kept by what understanding of the scripture and how
but it's a start to that wisdom. You just can't just get it off the fly, right? This is James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High.
Hey, especially brothers first coming in, man. You know, I know I had to pray for the name, but there was so much controversy about the names when I was coming in. You know, every camp had a different name. You know, Well, praying for the names, you know, he led me to the names, man. Hey, so wisdom is something, you know, you gotta pray for. In every situation you in, man, brothers, if you lead in the household, you gotta pray for wisdom to lead your household, man. Because we come into a times where as men, we're gonna have to make decisions, all right, that's gonna affect the whole household, man. You know, that's gonna affect whoever's following us, man. So we have to pray for wisdom. That's why Solomon, his first thing he prayed for was wisdom to lead the nation. You know, and that's the first thing we need wisdom, all right, to make decisions, man. We should be praying for wisdom to lead households, man. You know, go ahead.
So James 1:5, if any of you lack wisdom, let them ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not.
That's all men are being elect. You know, he gives brothers the wisdom they need for the situation that they're in.
That's it.
You know, whenever you're in the jam, man, hey, scream to your house by Shema Shai, man, for wisdom, all right, in the decision making. Then you have the brothers that have counsel, you know. So we got to heavy, you know, before you just make decisions, you got to counsel, you got to utilize these wise men. Even Solomon, he had the counsel of wise men. Even though he was the wisest man, he still utilized counsel to get another perspective because of what? Because the wise man.
That's so heavy right there, man.
Hey, what he say what you been doing?
Yes.
You know? Hey, you know.
What you think about my, that was cool. What you think about my, and that's spirit, we've been speaking about that. I haven't been talking about this brother about that. We've been talking about that in the camp about counsel.
Real quick, Proverbs 12 and 15. The way of a fool is right in thine own eyes.
And that's why you see people making these decisions because it's right within their eyes, man. You know? Like if somebody come through, you ask them why they take the jab, they're going to give you some emotional explanation within their eyes, man. You know? Yep. I just got promoted. You know? Some dumb shit. Yeah.
Oh, they got new incentives out now. Lottery tickets. I saw one. I know my eye was. I think you can get some box. Yeah, they got sex on this. You get sex out box.
Jake Howard.
Box for the jam, man.
Hey, them hardcore niggas that be lying.
Oh yeah. Nigga, players club. Get jammed up 3-4 times.
Hey, but that show you, he saw the biggest pimp though, man.
Get jammed 14 times. And that show right there, he saw desperate, man. Let's show that we weren't just making up a bunch of BS, man. Okay, there is a spiritual war going on after all that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's spirit.
Hey, in the spiritual war, that's why Scripture talks about put on that whole armor, you know, with the Most High, so we can, you know, resist the wiles of the devil.
Right.
You know, matter of fact, somebody get that. Get that word wiles too.
Proverbs 12 and 15. Proverbs 12 and 15 again. The way of a fool is right in thine own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise.
He that hearkeneth unto counsel. What counsel? You're not even talking about any counsel. The counsel of Yahweh Shema Shai. Remember, this is the highest form of wisdom on earth. You know, there's no other wisdom that triumphs what we saying, man. Hey, go get a Christian, all right, and tell him present his cause, man. Go get a Muslim, tell him present his cause, man. Go get one of them niggas from Oxford, all right, the top scientist, You see? Hey, that's your house shot saying, bring that nigga, you know? Bring him on, man. Let's see what he's speaking of, man, because, see, at the end of the day, the prophecy's going to prevail, man. That's the only thing that matters is the prophecies of the scriptures, man. You know? Yeah, you got that, bro.
It's Proverbs 11 and 14.
Yep.
Where no counsel is, the people fall.
Where no counsel is, the people fall, man. And see, the planet Earth, you know, in so much confusion, they're making decisions based off no counsel, man. You know? Hey, people don't understand that what's going on in the Middle East gonna cause missiles to come over here to America. But you got people in America that's saying that those people in Israel are the true Jews, and they're standing with them. They don't understand what's linked to that over there, man. Why? Because they don't have the counsel of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? What's going on in the Middle East is going to lead to America being a desert, man. These missiles are going to turn America to a desert based on what's going on over there, man. So we can see those things, and we are wise enough to know that we close, man.
That's it.
You know, we close to that time. Go ahead.
But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety.
There is safety. You see? You know, and these heathens can't deal, man. They through. You know, you know, Luke Kane. All right.
And the other one,
Johnny Kane. They through. You know? Yeah, bro.
yeah, you can see they had the spirit of a Christian. It was Christian.
Yeah.
You know, the spirit of a Christian,
Yep.
real deceptive and creepy.
Yep.
Oh, like Pastor Hot said, like a Christian, real creepy.
Yeah.
You know?
They be looking for an opening.
Yeah.
But see, they.
But this it's like this that Defense City.
Yep.
You at Defense City, the light. We see you on the camera. You see a damn snake out
They
there.
were just waiting on talking point.
Yeah.
You know? But see, this wisdom is going all over.
They want
you know?
an opportunity to say they love you.
Yep.
That's what they do.
Yep.
Real talk. Your brother know the Christian come, but I love you. You know.
Because the only thing they can really respond to is if we say something like the so-called white man the devil. You know?
Yeah.
Then they got, you know. But when we start talking about prophecy,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
way over. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they dripping like
Yeah.
this.
These niggas just here, man.
So I'm like, man, let me sing this song to you, bro.
He leave you this.
Yeah, that's one of them.
This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10.
Yep.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord
Yep.
and in the power of his might.
Hey, when we say be strong in the Lord, it's talking about really a mental fortitude. You know, because we're gonna be put in a situation that's gonna want to make us break. You see, it's gonna make us tap out in the spirit. So really, say be strong in the Lord is mental fortitude, man. You see, look at your house shot. He had a mental fortitude. You know, hey, you got like when you see, we really just examine the life of your house shot. You know, look at all he had on him. Man. He knew what he had to do his whole life. You see, he knew he was gonna have to receive that torture and death, man. And then the niggas that he gonna have to die for, them niggas, they dedicate their whole life to try to trip him up. You know, hey, Howard Shaw wanted to kill them niggas a lot of time, man. But he had to restrain, man. You see, he had to restrain. You know, and then he was dealing with the disciples. They were being simple. He had to cuss their ass out. You see, so Howard Shaw had a lot on him, man.
He knew who was training him. Yeah. But can I say something too? It was he even knew more than Judas. When you read John the 6th chapter, remember they went back, they no longer fought the outside. Scripture says the Lord knew those who betrayed him.
So he had to walk around and hold all this in, man.
Yeah.
You know, all the way to the cross, man. You see, but you know, hey, what, Pilate talking shit, talking about, don't you know I got power and death? You know, then it's a nigga, Edomite sitting on the throne, calling himself the king of the Jews. You know, Yahushua had to eat all that shit, man.
Right.
You know, that's why we gotta eat the shit we gotta eat, man. But it's light work, man. But guess what? That last lick gonna be a motherfucker, boy. Hey, when that standard lifted, oh my goodness, man. Oh boy. When we get to unleash, when it ain't no 911, when it ain't no simp niggas, you know, when it ain't no child support, you know, hey, cause your house shot gonna break them chains, man. Off them lines, man. They gonna let them lines loose in these streets, man. You know, hey, I was watching there was a video on YouTube, there was some lions just walking in the streets, and them you seen it, they recorded in the car, man. Yeah, in the turn, yeah, you see how big them, you know,
they pick it in the car.
hey, they looking like killers, man. The lion walking through, you just seen the lion head at the windshield, man. You know? Hey, so that's how it's gonna be in the spirit. When that standard lifted, it's gonna be like Yahweh Shabbat shot, unleashing them lions, man. You know, that's why we gotta eat all this shit now. You know? Go ahead.
Hebrews 12 and 2.
Yep.
Looking unto Yahweh Shah, the author and finisher of our faith,
Yep.
who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
And that author goes back into a pioneer. You see, Yahweh Shah was the greatest example of faith. You see, he was that great example of how we should walk, man. Go ahead.
It says, despising the shame,
Yeah, he despised the shame. Go ahead.
and is set down at the right hand
Go
of the
ahead.
throne
Yep.
of the Most High.
Yeah, he despised the shame. Why? Because the glory that was set before him. You see, he knew, all right, he had to go through the cross so we can get the wisdom now, so we can overcome and we can be back with him in glory, man. See, Yahweh Shah was always looking for the big play. He always seen the end game, man. You know? And so now it's already, after Yahushua did what he did, that was the end of the game. You see? That was really the close. That really the game winner. Now we just playing out everything else.
Alpha and Omega.
Yeah. That was really the game winner before the game started.
Yeah.
You know? So now we just, because when Yahushua come back, everybody through, except for the elect. Everybody through. You see? Because look how much blasphemy towards his name now. They put up an Edom. They put up an Edomite. Even, like I say, when he was living, he had to deal with Herod, called himself the king of the Jews. He had to deal with Pilate, talking about he had power over the devil. But then we went back to the spirit world. They put Caesar Borgia as him. You know, get that sign, man. They put this nigga up, man. You see? So even on the throne, even in his glory, he still got to eat that, man. Yahushua got to eat that on the right hand, man. That's why he said what? The day of vengeance is in his heart, which is in his mind, man. You see? Hey, a father, when they want their son to be tough, hey, they be hard on him, man. You like a son, a father tough on his son, they be hard on him. Yeah. You know? So, hey, the day of vengeance is in his heart, man. Because, hey, you people got to deal with that, man.
That's it.
All right? And who did this look like? Hey, this really a mug shot. Think about it. You know? So who did this look like, man? Hey, who did this look like?
Why you singing me out?
Huh? We was singing out.
Why you that out?
Hey,
Why you singing me out?
hey, when y'all came to Africa, why y'all single us out? On them boats.
There's a difference. Everybody in this world is not white anymore. Just because my skin color may be white, but I'm not white.
You might be. Hey, there's some truth to that. But we speaking in, yep. Hey, we speaking in general. We speaking in general. Who does that look like? You know? But who did this look like though? What nation of people did that look like? You know? See, don't nobody want to deal with it. But see, we're gonna deal with it, man. And it's gonna be a recompense, all right, for what was done, man. All right, to Yahushua and to his people. You know? Yep. And see, this is what people gonna have to deal with when you come back, man. Because Yahushua coming to make more, man. You know? Yep. You see, we gonna deal with it. Get Revelation 13 and 9 real quick. Revelation 13 and 9. Listen to this scripture, man. You know? Because this is the energy of the Bible. You see, these churches been lying so long, all right, that people think that Yahushua, or what they call Jesus Christ, is coming back with love and care. No, man. He's coming back to enslave people, man. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 5.
Yep.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity
He that leadeth in captivity
shall go into captivity.
shall go into captivity. So he that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. Go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword
Yep.
must be killed with the sword.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, man. All right? We finna get those reparations back, man. All right? And it's gonna be through our king, Yahushua. You know? And he can't wait to come down and get busy, man. You know? Got it.
Good. Here is the patience and faith of the saints.
Here's the patience and faith of the saints, man. You know? Because every time when we, you know, when accountability go out, now nobody, that's not gonna exist. But when we was getting, here it is, when this nigga came in the power during the Renaissance, he rounded up one nation of people. You know? You had other nations he could have went in this slave, but who did he come and get? You see? But then we say something, we single them out.
Yeah.
But shit, when they put us on boats, you want to single it out? You know?
Right.
Get that Joel 3 and 1.
This is Genesis chapter 9 and verse 6.
Yep.
Whoso shed of man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed.
Yep, go ahead.
For in the image of the Most High made he man.
Yep. So people don't understand how Bashima Shai, all right, has a standard that he goes by, man. And that standard is going to be implemented in the earth, man. All right, we finna deal with real recompense, man. All right, Esau can't give us reparation, man. You know, because he's not gonna put himself in captivity. You know, and then he gonna give us an FRN note that don't mean nothing, man. No, we need that energy back, man. All right, we need Jerusalem built up with gold and precious stones, man. You see, we need that same energy we gave you. We need that back times two. You know. Yeah, started.
Now, this is Joel 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
So the Lord is going to turn back our captivity. Go ahead. Then it's going to go back into the history of what happened to us. Go ahead.
Verse 2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So this is when you know, all right, that Yahweh by Shema Shai is going to fulfill these prophecies about bringing back the captivity. See, World War III is our release date. That's really the release date. When you go into the prophecy, that's why brothers so intrigued by it. Because that's the release date. You know, like ISUK, like y'all chasing y'all release date. You motherfucking right, man. How you not gonna chase your release date? You know?
That's heavy too. Remember when Paul was locked up in the stocks and there was an earthquake? That earthquake freed him up.
Yep.
That was before time on the south. That great earthquake on the and the very same house, he's broken up out these chains. He was shaken up out these bodies.
That's it. Continuing on, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage,
so
Israel.
The Lord gonna plead with the earth for his people, and then plead means to judge. All right, Shabbat. You know, so he's gonna judge these heathens on behalf of the elect, man. You know, hey, you can't just kidnap. All right, no kids or no mob boss. You know, now some repercussions. Now, you know, you just think you done kidnap a regular kid, you know, for a ransom. Next thing you know, family members that start dropping, cars blowing up, you know, auntie gone, you know, houses burning down. It's like, damn, who kids I got? You know, and that's how it's gonna be in World War III. It's gonna be like, damn, who kids we got? You know? Go ahead. Yeah.
You know it, you got the children of the Most High, man. It says, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Yep, so how do we get scattered among the nations, man? The transatlantic slave trade, man. You know, that was the biggest part of what's being scattered throughout the globe, man. You know, go ahead.
Verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink.
Yep, because you go to the triangle of trade, what would happen, you would have Europe, you know, they would send guns, all right, to Africa. Africa would send slaves to America, and those slave owners in America would send cash crop back to Europe. See, Jake was just a currency. We were just a means to a means, and the labor. You see? When we go in that triangle slave trade, man, we was being traded for goods, man. You know, our labor was being returned for what? Goods, man. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 4, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon,
Go ahead.
and all the coasts of Palestine?
The Hamites, go ahead.
Will ye render me a recompense?
Yeah, so, hey, the Most High made sure that you did some shit that you couldn't pay back. You know, like Jake and Jay, you that cigarette that you smoking, and say he want that same one back. How can you give him that same one you smoking? You know? Now the Most High set everybody up. How you gonna pay me back? You know? Go ahead.
And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Go ahead.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things.
Yeah, this is speaking of the children of Israel. Hey, the scripture talking about how, you know, the sons of Zion was like unto precious gold. You go to Lamentation 4 and 2. Go ahead.
It says, verse 6, Joel 3 and 6, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Have you sold to the Grecians, man? All right. This is what get your boy again. Yeah, this is who we sold to. All right. We sold to the Grecians, man. You know. everybody wants to, you know, play like we just all supposed to hug it out. No, man. The Most High, all right, ain't forgot about this, man. You know?
Real quick. That's the very idea of a womb.
Yep.
You read Lazarus and the rich man in the parable.
Yep.
Talk about he was laying at the gate before. Yep. That womb, it reminds us.
Yep.
You know, you can't say, oh man, no. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'm looking at my elbow. You did, you know. The scar itself, the indictment against your ass, you saw. Yeah, I'm looking at this gas. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking at this gas, you know. But guess what? That's a reminder, man. Yeah.
I got some real good out.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 34:8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, in the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
The controversy of Zion. All right, the true Israelites, man. You see, Yahweh Shem Shah, all right, is going to make good on all his promises, man. Even the deliverance is a promise, man. You know, the way he's going to deliver, that's a promise, man. And like we read the other day, the Most High sworn by himself.
By himself, yes.
All right, that he's going to make Basra a desolation, man. And the city is a perpetual waste. You see, that's going to happen. And see, the only thing that happened is America is building up to its judgment, man. You know, America just being built up to its judgment. You see, and you see the sirens now. Hey, they let you know it's going to be trouble, man. You hear the sirens, it's going to get bad out here, man. On behalf of what? The controversy of Zion, man. You know? Because now we repent. You see, now the Most High, it's real like the Most High provoked himself to anger. He repented, but he hardened the hearts of Esau Edom. And he's constantly putting hell on us, and we repented, man. So really, all right, the only reason you was able to have your way with us because of what? Our disobedience. So if we become obedient, Esau really supposed to fall back, but this nigga won't fall back. So Yahweh Shem Shah had to step in, you know? You had something to do.
Okay, come. This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee.
Hey, miserable are they that afflicted thee, because now it's finna flip. Because see, these people was balling, you know, within our captivity. Like we was watching what it was, Natural Underground Railroad on Netflix, you know. Hey, these Edomites, they had beat the flesh off of Jake with a whip. They ran away, and then he got all the slaves off the plantation. Esau had a dining table out there, eating and drinking, and then they had the Jake hung up. They put their wood on it and they burned Jake alive, man. And they were eating and drinking, man, playing music and dancing. You see? So read that again.
God, miserable are they that afflicted thee.
Yeah. So miserable are these same people gonna be that afflicted us, man. All right. And it's spiritual that they were dancing while Jake was on fire, man. Because that's why so much fire finna come here. You know. That's why so much fire finna come to America, because of the things you was doing, man. That's it. That same fire coming back, man. It's gonna be much more intense, though, man. You got it, bro.
And rejoice at thy fall.
And rejoice at thy fall. Remember, they was dancing, you know, drinking wine. Yeah, he called all the slaves off the plantation just to see that Jake get burnt up, man. Then after that, he told them, get y'all ass back to work, man. You see? Go ahead.
Miserable are the cities which thy children serve.
Yep.
Miserable is she that received thy son.
Yeah, and that's every city on the planet. That's every city on the planet gonna feel the misery and the anger of Yahweh Shem Shah because of what they did, man. And that's a lot of them cities in Europe that's gonna get blew off the map, you know, by them Russian missiles, man. You see? People walk around like nuclear missiles ain't being prepped, man. All right? All you people in the rude awakening, not knowing that you walking around a lake of fire, man. You walk around with all this pride, but you dwelling in a lake of fire, man. You know, go ahead.
It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin.
Yep, she rejoiced at thy ruin. Hey, because when Esau put, you know, these different Edomites on the dollar, on the money, that's the nigga rejoicing at our ruin, man.
Like Archetypus.
Yep.
Commemorating the fall.
Yep. Go ahead. Hey, Columbus Day.
Yep.
You know.
Plaque they erected, where they hung Jake at, like an Emmett Till plaque. That's them commemorating where they been. That's a token.
Yep. The picnic.
Yep, picnic.
Yep.
Even those are like museums, like down here, you got the civil rights district. That's really, if you start thumbing his nose up at you. Yeah. The Terminator cop, yeah. That's really what Esau doing right there. Oh, this nigga deceptive and everything. So he deceiving you. Nigga make you celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, celebrate him keeping your ass.
Yeah. It's 4th of July.
Yep.
You know, go ahead.
It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
Gonna be grieved for her own desolation. And let you know his main talking about America because say her.
Yep, her.
You know, because America was the #1 place while people was oppressed in this captivity, man. What's that, Jeremiah 51:30?
For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned in the morning.
Yep. Hey, going back to what we were saying, like the spirit of mercy. Lord gonna snatch that spirit out of earth. There's rejoicing, gonna snatch that spirit out of earth. There's gonna be a spirit of mourning, man. You know, hey, because America's gonna come into a time where it's just gonna receive nothing but bad news. All them troops that's overseas, you know, them people's husbands, wives, daughters, sons, nephews, they ain't coming back, man. If you are American military personnel and you over there in that region of the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, you over there in South Korea, you ain't coming back home, man.
They put that stench.
Yeah. You through.
Cool for the fans.
Yeah, you out of there, man. And that's gonna bring back a lot of mourning. Because America not used to getting a report. You know, the 20,000 troops died today, 30,000 troops died today. See, you might get a nigga die every few months, you know, over there fighting in Afghanistan for America. They ain't used to no high casualty count. And that's why, like when Donald Trump was in office, when Iran had struck that military base in Iraq, Donald Trump had the fighter jets in the air on the way to Iran. They called it off, man, because they know Iran got so many different proxies in that region that all of American assets in that region, Iran can hit a button and they through. See, the president you don't want to be president known for 50,000 American soldiers died on your watch. You know, because if when they do an airstrike in Iran, you can get ready, man. America gonna be done. All right, Russia gonna step in, China gonna step in. You see, Turkey, North Korea, the kings of the East. You see, the kings of the East on deck. Hey, everything is on deck for privacy, man. It's just a waiting game. You know? Go ahead.
I got a little bit more. It says, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting.
Woo! Fire shall come upon her from the everlasting. That's your Yahweh shot. Like, that's gonna be the most intense fire. Is gonna be from your Yahweh shot. You know, and your Yahweh shot, the angels, they're gonna be doing precision strikes. Because the angels know exactly what every spirit is. They know what every Edomite is. See, the missiles that's gonna be clearing shit out. But them angels gonna be doing precision strikes, man. You know? Yeah, you people through, man. Go ahead.
And she long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
Yeah, so the Lord gonna turn America into a desert, man. America ain't got much longer to be a nation that's inhabited by people. This place will be a desert in the Third World War because all those nations gonna send missiles to America, man. Thus said the Lord. You see? Get that in Jeremiah.
Oh, yeah. You got it in Jeremiah.
God,
Jeremiah chapter 50 in verse 14. It's like your Jeremiah 50 and 14. It said, put yourselves in array against Babylon.
Hey, put yourselves in array. That's a battle formation against Babylon, which America is the daughter of Babylon. This is modern day Babylon. Put yourselves in array, which is in the battle formation, man. And that's what you see all these nations doing, man. All right? Why you think Russia is always in Antarctica, man? Or flying around Alaska? They got missiles there. Why you think Russia was in Venezuela? They got missiles there. I think Russia was in Cuba. They got missiles there, man. You see? They just using these nations for a launch pad just for missiles, man. All right? Don't need nobody to give a damn about Venezuela, man. They just need a launch pad for these missiles, man, for these arrows, man. You see? Go ahead.
It said, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about.
Yep. Go ahead.
All ye that be in the boat.
Everybody that has nuclear capability. All right? Load them up. You know? Go ahead.
Shoot at her.
Shoot at her.
Spare her. Oh, God.
Hey, most happened to these nations green light. You know, everybody finna have the green light. You know, well, no matter what you got, you can have a missile in the hand. They coming out them silos, man. You might have a missile ain't even through with it. You know, them motherfuckers you gotta come out of there, man. You know?
It says shoot at her.
Yep.
Spare no arrow.
There's no arrow. Everything gotta go. It's a clearance. Everything got to go, man. You know? It's a clearance sale, man.
Yep, it says, for she have sinned against the Lord.
Hey, she have sinned against the Lord. And America has become the most anti-Messiah landmass on earth. Look what's acceptable here, man. You mean to tell me that a kindergarten can't even decide what he gonna eat? Gonna decide his gender, man? And the Most High already decided his gender, you know? Then here it is, you got a woman can divorce a man like with the latest. Yep. There's birds flying, man. You seen that? Yep. 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 And that's gonna be peace for the elect.
Or the red tail.
For destruction.
Red tail.
Yep. But destruction for everyone else, man. You know?
Scary, man.
That's everywhere. Yep. And destruction, man. See, you got, bro.
Oh, that was it on that. Yeah.
You had something.
No, that wasn't it.
It was Revelation 18 and
Oh,
7.
no. It was
How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
Yeah, how much she glorify herself and live deliciously. Because here it is, it's the most sinful place on the earth. But they live deliciously, man. You know? Hey, you know when a country has abundance, when most of its citizens are overweight, that means you have abundance. There are some countries on earth that people can't get overweight because they don't have that much access to food like that, man. But in America, you can be overweight, obese. Why? Because everything is in abundance, man. You see? And this place, boy, it pushes you to what? Live deliciously, man. Overindulge, man. You see? But how much she lived deliciously within her wickedness, all right? So just how America's abundant in everything, that's how the Most High is going to deprive this place of everything, man. Like when that famine hits America, it's going to be like no other famine that happened in Earth, man. All right? When this chaos hit America, it's going to be like no other place on Earth, man. But here it is, the Earth could be in the uproar, but America chilling. You know, finna watch Game 5 of the playoffs. You know, but here it is, you're going to airstruck a whole goddamn, you know, city. You know, people, yeah. You in Syria, little children in Syria finna walk to school, and they on the way to school, and it's gone, man. Motherfucker F-22 that came through and wreaked havoc, you know. But then this nigga at the airplane watching, you know, the Dodgers or some shit, man. You know? Yeah. So when it comes to America, it's gonna come, man. You know, go ahead.
What you said in her heart, I said a queen, and I'm no widow.
Yep.
And shall see no sorrow.
Yep. So America has look at the vibration of these people, man. There's no urgency on these people, man. It's like they untouchable. Like it's impossible for sorrow to come to America, man. All right. But the same energy that America pushed out, all of it gonna come back here at one time, man. You know, and it's gonna make you people buckle, man. You see,
Revelation 18 and 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Yep.
Death, mourning, and famine.
Hey, death, mourning, and famine. Hey, because you gotta understand, war is linked to famine. You know, because when nations at war, you're not gonna get that shipment of rice from China. You know, and we banging. You know, I'm gonna feed you and fight you, go, nigga. You finna starve. You know, and people don't understand that, man. So when the war kick off, famine gonna increase tremendously, man. See that?
And she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Yeah, and the end game always lead to what? Fire. That's always it. You know, the end game is always leading to fire, man. The destruction, because that's gonna be the Lord's intense anger, man. The Most High gonna make people feel that fire, man. Hey, these people talking about hell. Hey, these people talking about. Hey, these people always be talking about hell. Hey, there's gonna be people in their destruction. They gonna think they in hell. Like damn, I'm in hell. You know, that's gonna be that fire, man. That's gonna be the Lord's anger on your ass, man. You know, it ain't gonna be eternal. You know, but they'll tell you how long he might slow down.
That's what you said. Yeah. We'll feel like forever.
Yeah. And then you either gonna get burnt with nuclear destruction. Then when you come back to captivity, man. A hard captivity, man. You know?
That's because he said rejoice and be glad.
Yep. They doing the right thing. Break that.
Finishing off, Revelation 18:8. But strong is the Lord, Yahweh Shai, who judges them.
Yep, strong is the Lord. He can show that power, man.
Yeah, because Psalm 58, verse 10, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. Woo. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
Hey, we're going to rejoice at the vengeance, man. Hey, that's why, hey, brothers got to tap into that ancient man spirit, man. Hey, because we really not of this world, of this society. You know, even when, you remember the thorn came from Ragnarok to the earth, you know how he stood out, you know. That's how really we is in the spirit, man. You see, we got a really different mindset, man. We see things, we know that's judgment, man. Yep.
Verse 11, so that a man shall say, verily there is a reward for the righteous. Verily he is a God that judges in the earth.
Verily there's a reward for the righteous, man. See, because in this world, you demonized for standing up for righteousness, man. For having a standard. Especially as a man, you're demonized for having a standard. But see, the Yahweh Shai is going to reward righteousness, man. You know, so we just waiting on the takeover, man. You know?
That's Ron 14-12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Yeah, these people don't understand what they're fighting against. Like the consequences. You know, the nigga think he coming to stop the people. But you don't understand, there's a consequence behind it, man. You see, you fought against Jerusalem, whether you're an Israelite or not, because Yahushua gonna judge you niggas like heathens, man. The only difference is you gonna come back in the kingdom that's already established, man. Yeah. You know?
You gotta get in line.
Yeah, you gotta wait to come back, but we're gonna be lit on the earth, man. Yeah. You know, by the time you come back, Yahushua might have about 2 planets, man. I gotta show you we gotta fly you back to earth. Show you what we did to earth.
God continued on. It says their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
So you're gonna be still standing. That lets you know he's gonna drag it out. You still standing. You ain't gonna be still standing. He's gonna drag it out. You know, he's gonna let you feel, you know, the anger, man. You know? And see, people think this is a joke. That's why it's such a build-up, but it's so severe. You know? Go ahead.
Continue on, it says, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
And you're gonna feel everything, man. You're gonna feel everything, man. And that's why we serve Yahweh Shema Shah with fear and trembling, man. You know?
There you go. It's Psalm 58 in verse 7. Let them melt away as waters.
Let them melt away as waters, man. You know? That's the judgment that's coming, man.
That's that electric.
It said, let them melt away as waters, which run continually when he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows.
He bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, man. Hey, what the script was it? Jeremiah 15:25. Read that real quick. We're gonna read that again. Hey, because people don't understand the anger of the Lord. You see, people take it lightly, man. You know, these Edomites walking around here with this goddamn Peter Griffin family guy spirit, man. You know, goof ass niggas, man. You see? But you don't understand how the Lord rocking, man. But you about to, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, God. Jeremiah 15, verse 25, the Lord had opened his armory.
The Lord had opened his armory. Hey, when you see North Korea march on them missiles, that's the Lord opening up his armory. That's the Most High showing his shit. You know, you see Russia. Hey, Russia was just testing missiles. They were shooting for submarines, and they was hitting targets from 3,800 miles away, man. You know? That was the Most High opening up his armory. Like, this one I'm with you. You know? This how we rocking, man. 100 miles, whatever they going. Go ahead.
It says, and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
And have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. You see, that's why I say he created the spirit to blow the cold. You know, hey, he put it in the mind like, see, he's so proud. You know, like he just some super smart nigga in the earth, man. No, man, the Most High been utilizing you to create weaponry and keep on tweaking it and tweaking it. Because now you got missiles that can come from Moscow, Russia, all right, and hit goddamn Homewood in 30 minutes, man. Come on, man, in 30 minutes. Nigga from Moscow, you know how far Moscow is, man, and them missiles come, and then they rain, and then they can split. They say they can split into 15 different targets, man. You know, so they can come here to Alabama. One can hit Mobile, one warhead can hit Birmingham, one warhead can hit Montgomery, one warhead hit Tuscaloosa, man. You see? He just
warheads.
Yeah, he just been perfecting it, because when they come down, they break off and they just go to different destinations, man. You know, none should break their way.
Right.
Yep. You might do that Joel T, man.
That's it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just going into what the brother's saying about they being intercontinental.
Yep.
Joel actually seen an intercontinental.
Yep.
Joel 2:1, blow ye the trumpet in Zion,
Yep.
and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Blow the trumpet in Zion. All right, who is Zion? The tribe. You see, we're blowing the trumpet on the elect of Israel gonna take heed. You see, the prophets is watchmen on towers, man. We telling you what's to come, man. You know, we telling you what's ahead, man. Because the watchman on the tower, he can see far out. You know, go ahead.
It says, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, man. You know, you're supposed to have a fear, all right, of this, man. But hey, the Most High not respecting a person, man. If we don't endure, hey, we can feel that, man. You know, missiles is coming to America. Y'all know World War III gonna destroy America. All right, nuclear destruction is coming. You see? Read 2 again.
It says,
They're supposed to be in fear. You know? Go ahead.
it says, for the day of the Lord cometh for his not at hand. Joel 2, chapter 2 and verse 2.
Yep.
A day of darkness and of gloominess,
Go ahead.
a day of clouds and of thick darkness,
Yep.
as the morning spread upon the mountains,
Yep.
a great people and a strong.
And it's talking about missiles. You see? These nations have been building missiles. And remember, the Lord says that the missiles are part of his army, man. And they coming to America. Why?
Right.
Because America is the new Sodom and Gomorrah. Right. And the scripture tell you that Sodom and Gomorrah, all right? There you go, man. Hey, Sodom and Gomorrah. America is the new Sodom and Gomorrah, all right? Hey, when you go online, go try to buy you a plane ticket to Sodom and Gomorrah. You can't, because it's destroyed, all right? That's how it's going to be in America, man. You know?
Hey, can I say to you, the one who sanctioned that hit, who ordered that hit, he's still up. He's alive and well, man.
Yep.
How about some outside? That's not some old story in the past. You know, you can close the chapter on that. You know, like these bitches that close out the chapter closed in my life. No, man, this book's still open, man. Story being told still, man. And hey, that was a testament, man. These two little homos, man. It's like you, man. You know, you got to be careful with you. You got to send an algorithm out.
I can say something too. That's why I said Sodom and Gomorrah was set for an example.
Yep.
That lets you know it was going to actually happen on a bigger scale now.
Yep.
It was just, that was
That was the prototype.
Yeah, that was just like an example, like how math 2 + 2. Now the real is not 8 times 54. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was going to play on a bigger scale now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
And the happy thing what's so lit about Sodom, the brimstone that was in Sodom now that you find, you can't find that on earth. You can't dig for that. That concentrated sulfur. That was strange brimstone coming down. So it links up to the strange rain that's going to take place here in America, man.
And that sulfur concentration, I think the highest natural sulfur concentration that they found in Earth was like in 42%. The sulfur concentration they found in Sodom and Gomorrah was like in 98%. Shows a different type of fire. It was a fire from another world. You know? And the brother get to Sodom and Gomorrah, the old precept in the Old Testament. I think Isaiah 13 and 19.
Yeah.
You know, in Solomon and Gomorrah and Blue Letter, man. Hey, because the Most High, he's always speaking into the future. Everything he does is based off truth. You know? He said that,
oh, that's it. Yeah, then he's telling the story. When you tell the story, it's already written. Yeah, it's already written. Once upon a time, it's already done, man.
It says, the land, it says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall it be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Yeah, it's talking about the missiles. He said because there's never been none like it, because the earth has never had a nuclear arsenal stockpile. The earth has never had a nuclear arsenal stockpile. That just happened in the last 80 years. That they've been, you know, what they call the Cold War, the arms race. Yeah, see, the earth has never had a nuclear stockpile. That's a lot of destructive power that's on earth. The earth has never had this type of destructive power amongst these nations, man. So there's strong people talking about missiles, man. Then it says it's gonna never be none like it after, because why? After these missiles are used, that's gonna be it. And then whatever weaponry left after Yahweh shall conquer the heathen gonna be burnt up, according to Ezekiel 39. You know? Go ahead.
It says, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses.
The appearance of horses, power. Go ahead.
And as horsemen, so shall they run.
As horsemen, so shall they run. Hypersonic missiles, quick. They run into where? America. Go ahead.
Right. And also, hey, that's the army of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, like, if you see an army running to a stampede, running to the war, that's how they're gonna be in sequence. All as an army coming over the horizon.
Yeah. That's what I'm waiting on.
If I can, if you understand like ancient warfare, you know, show you how Yahweh Shema Shah was always, you know, symbolizing the destruction of America. Hey, but when you go to ancient warfare, you watch some old movies, what do? What would be the first thing shot? Them archers. The archers are shooting. And then what comes next? The cavalry. All right? Who the cavalry? Yahweh Shah. What is Yahweh Shah going to be on? The white horse. And also, when you go to the white horse symbolizes your rank in the military. All right? Whoever on that white horse, that's the general in the army. You know? So we say Yahweh Shah on that white horse, he's coming to lead that cavalry after, you know, when the missiles being shot. Then the cavalry come through and clean up. You know?
Yeah, God, this Isaiah 13, I started 4. It said the no.
Get out of there.
Yeah, God. Isaiah 13:1. The burden of Babylon. With Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see.
Oh, there's we come in that spirit. We in that spirit. We see the drama that the Lord has prepared for Babylon, man. Right? Yeah. Go ahead.
It said, lift you up a banner upon the high mountain.
And what's that banner? The scriptures. We judge everything based upon the Holy Scriptures. All right? Go ahead.
Exalt the voice unto them.
Go ahead.
Shake their hand, that they may go into the gates of the north.
That's happening. That's happening. That's why you got YouTube guidelines. Go ahead.
It says, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even them that rejoice in my highness, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people.
Like as of a great people. So that complements what we read right here in Jordan 6. So the Lord is comparing this listen to great people, man. Like the brother said, you go to the ancient world, you have the strong, like with the immortals, you know? Yeah, but that's the same, with that spirit, that comes, you know, that's how I'm going to knock them off this time, right? With them immortals. Because this army here, they're not going to have compassion on your babies. You're not going to be able to, this army, as they approach, they're not going to change their mind, you know? And them really entities too, man. The Lord created them. They really live in entities.
They're made from elements.
Yeah, they're made from elements. That's right.
They got names and shit.
Yeah, they got names. Yeah.
Dawn, 41.
Yeah.
Mean east wind.
Yeah. Yep, east wind. Yep. That's
got a great safe.
That's the
Russia got the great safe.
Well, that's the spirit. The East Man came in, man. Straight up, man. Go ahead, huh? Come on, man. Come on, man.
What's up, man?
What?
It says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people.
Yeah. And this book was meant to trap you. The Lord was trying to make you people stumble, man. Go ahead.
It said, a tumultuous noise of the kingdom of nations gathered together, the Lord of hosts,
The Lord of hosts, boy.
muster of the hosts of the battle.
Yeah, the Lord the one instigating this. Go ahead.
They come from a far country.
Right. Just like the brother made the analogy from Moscow, Russia to this bit, you know? Go ahead.
Even from the end, it's like, I'm reading
Yeah,
again.
see that?
It's
Go ahead.
like, he said they come from a far country, from the end of heaven.
Even from the end of heaven, proving it's going to be an aerial attack, man. Okay? When we speak about the thermonuclear holocaust that's preparing for America, that's not a far-fetched idea. Although this modern terminology narrative was what perceived to be an ancient book, this is again is that stumbling block, man. This book alive and well right here, man. This is narrating life and existence as we know it. Everything that you know, current events can be filtered through the prophecies. Go ahead, huh?
He said they come from a far country,
See, they come from a far country. Go ahead.
from the end of
And
heaven.
that's a build-up. Everything with the Lord is a build-up. You're going to actually see the missiles coming, man. You know? Yeah, you're going to see the missiles. Yeah, come. We're going to get that too. Go ahead.
It says, even the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai,
Even the Lord, go ahead.
and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Right, and that whole land is dealing with America, man. Okay, and no wise will America continue to push forth its wickedness, all right, promote homosexuality, you know, blatantly thumb their nose up at the God of the Bible, man. See that? The Lord is going to visit America for that. Just like he did Sodom and Gomorrah and all the other places. Nineveh, okay, and the system in the time of Noah. That was the Lord, the God of the Bible, man, whom you people seem to forget about. You let your pastor and preacher rock you to sleep. He made it about him. They set up these, you got these cult of personalities, man. Like TV fakes and all them. You worshiping this nigga. You know, that's Esau throwing the smoke screen. You forgot who you should be concerned about, man. Right?
Hey, I'm gonna say it's like the pastor, you know this nigga life story, but you don't know nothing about your house shop, man.
Yeah,
like you were saying.
Yeah.
And your house shop is spirit and what? Prophecy, man. And that's why our people not in tune with reality because they're not dealing with prophecy, man.
Right.
You know? You got it.
Yep. That was it on that?
Yeah, that was
Joel.
Yeah, you got it. The scripture say, even the Lord and his weapon of indignation, when you continue in Joel, he's going to tell you that neither one of them is going to joust each other. Neither one is going to hit each other. Because the spirit of the Most High is going to, remember, this is perfect weapons of indignation. So even, you know what I'm saying? So perfect weapons of indignation. So even the Lord in his spirit is going to be on these missiles. God needs these missiles. It's going to be a spiritual longitude, latitude on these missiles. That's right, that's trajectory. Every last one of them is going to hit their point. All right, when you go back to Exodus 15 and 3, it says what? The Most High is a man of war. So he's the ultimate warrior. So he's going to bring the ultimate missiles, and every missile going to hit their target. All right, so this is Joel actually seeing the missiles. Joel 2 and 5, it says, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, they shall leap. They shall leap. You go to that word leap? Yeah, come on, let me read it one more time. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains.
Right, that's the aerial attack. These missiles going to go over mountains. You go into the symbolic gesture, if you will, of mountains in the scriptures. It's concerning governments, you know, countries. Hey, even when you look it up, it takes you to the word country. When you go into that word.
How many countries that missile gonna come from Moscow?
Yeah, leap over.
You know, it's gonna go a lot of government, man.
The Lord gonna be jumping over the countries to get to your ass.
Right, so here's the word leap.
God wants you so bad, Lord, jumping over everybody to get to you.
Here's the word leap in the Strong's H7540. It says to skip about. To skip about, it says to dance. Leap to make skip. So it's gonna be just like you see a long jump. You know, a long jump, and it makes an arch. That's right. So that's the same way.
But that's how the missiles, they got boosters. Like they got the thrust. They got thrusters. Yeah, the missiles thrust. Yeah, projectiles. Yeah. They get to a certain level, then they project. It's like driving a car. You shift and gear. That's how the missiles gonna do, man.
I'm gonna jump back up since you said that. Joel 2 and 3. A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burner.
Yeah.
Projectile.
That's the projectile, yeah.
That fire before them is the warhead.
That's the warhead.
It's it.
Like the missile ain't gonna go in a trajectory like this.
No.
They're gonna disappear. Like when you see it, they're gonna go straight in the air.
Arch.
Yeah, they're gonna leave from wherever they hit. But see, they're gonna come down here.
Right.
Like they're gonna disappear in the atmosphere, then they're gonna start re-entering the atmosphere in America.
Real quick, Slot. I must bring this out. Slot. This Isaiah 24 in verse 18. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. And he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows on high are open.
That's they're gonna leave out, like you really said, leave out the atmosphere and come back down. And they're gonna come down with a lot of thrust too, man. The gravity, it brings there, yeah. I mean, like, they're gonna come in hard body, like rain.
Like the ground will pound.
Yeah.
Like UFC.
Yeah.
Got you on the ground, goddamn. Both sides will be pounding your ass.
But that's just how the rain is. Because when the rain falls down, especially when it's full of water, and that's the people. What hell? You can see that vibration, That's how the mills go. Really, the rain is a constant reminder. It's about the story of Noah. The Lord really think the rain is just some good thing you can consider. Let the Lord remind you, I'm going to destroy America, man. That's good. You got to come on.
It's Isaiah 34 in verse 5. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven."
That's again going to that area attack, man. Right? Go ahead.
Behold, it shall come down
It shall come down, go ahead.
upon Idumea.
Who is Idumea? That's a Greek word for Edom. That's the so-called white man. Meaning those who are in power, this is how the Lord going to visit them, man. Oh, we read that in Jeremiah 49 and 8. We went into that last night. At the time when the Lord would bring his calamity upon Edom, boy.
It says, "And it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judge."
See, to judge them. So this is how the Lord is going to pay back Esau for all his sins from his youth to this very day, man. Okay? And it's all a build-up. All right, go ahead.
Back Isaiah 24, it said, "For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake."
Yep, and the foundations of the earth do shake, man. And that's dealing with really America. Okay? All right, come on.
Yeah, this is Psalm chapter 7, and I'm going to start at verse 11. "The Most High judges the righteous, and power is angry with the wicked."
Yeah, read that again.
The Most High judges the righteous,
Go ahead.
and the Most High is angry with the wicked
Yeah, the
every
Most High
day.
is angry with the wicked every day, man. Okay? In this place, America is the hub for wickedness. And we often say this, I challenge any of you out there to try to refute the idea that America is not the most wickedest kingdom ever erected, man. And I know what you're saying in your mind. Well, go back to Africa. Well, you should have never took us from Africa, man. What's wrong with you, man? Go ahead. That's what they saying, that, man. That was these proud Edomites say, man.
Yeah, man.
They feel as if they got everything under control. But guess what? The Lord got you surrounded, man. Go ahead.
If he turn not, he will wet his sword. He have bent his bow and made it ready.
Before you arrow shot, it's a process. You got to actually bend the bow. Really, that's what's happening now, man. All right, the Lord is setting the stage. The Lord has lined everything up. Everything is strategically put in place for these things to come to pass, man. Hey. And that's the real message of the Bible, man. See, when you really go into the Bible, with your senses heightened, but you understand the message is all dedicated to a transition of power, where the Lord will ultimately remove this current beast system, which promotes homosexuality, freaks and ghouls and goblins. Well, the Lord's going to remove that system and usher in a new system, but it's going to be a violent transition, man. World War III is going to be the bridge to the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Go ahead.
Yeah, also,
I know y'all believe in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Do you?
I mean, I like it.
Huh?
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
Yeah. As Americans.
I'm open-minded.
Okay, there you go. All right, yeah, go ahead.
It says he have also prepared for him the instruments of death.
Yeah, so the Lord's already prepared. It's already ready. The instruments of death. What's the instruments of death? Right here, man. Okay? And again, that can cause a lot of people to stumble. You will marvel at this form of teaching because you say, no, look, that's modern terminology. How are you filtering it through what's perceived to be an ancient book? Well, we're going to find out this book is the most powerful book on the planet Earth. Why? Because it projects. The Lord forecasted the future of America, man. All right, you got a lot of people on the one hand, they'll say America's the greatest kingdom. They'll say that. They'll say, America's the greatest kingdom. But on the other hand, when we tell you that America is a part of the infinite, it's not just here to be great, but it's also it's a part of the plans of a higher power, man. A highly intellectual, intelligent being, if you will. And America is a part of the story, man. It was built to be destroyed. Why? Because all the functioning laws and legislations here is a direct contrast to the laws of the Bible. And we don't care if you don't believe in the Bible. That's just like if I'm playing some music and you turn it down. That don't mean the music ain't still playing. So who cares if you don't care about it? They didn't care when the Lord brought the rain in the time of Moses. Go ahead.
God, he have also prepared for him the instruments of death.
Yeah, what's the instruments of death? Those ICBM missiles, man. This wasn't created just to go in a museum. Or created, just for North Korea to parade down the street, man. No, this is the works of Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. Real quick, give me Revelation 4 real quick. And somebody get St. John 1 and 3. Come on.
This Malachi 1 and 4.
That's it.
Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build a desolate place.
Now you got to ask yourself, if you students, if you're really intrigued, who is Edom? Well, you know who found out Edom to be? The so-called white man. That's who Edom is, man. All right, the one who's responsible for putting up this image, who have control, the seized control of the resources of the planet Earth. And I got to say it again. On one hand, you got Edomites that say that, yeah, we the greatest country. But then we tell you that in the Bible, that you were set up to be a country, to be adverse to the God of the Bible. Then, oh no, we ain't. Who are us for you to pay that much attention to? Why are we that significant? Yeah, you had a question?
Yes, sir.
What?
What doctrine are you studying?
What doctrine? The doctrine of Yahweh, the doctrine of the Bible.
The Bible? What God is it that you pray to? Is it Yahweh?
Yahweh, and through his son, Yahweh Shah. You believe in the Bible, right?
I believe in Torah.
Who?
The Torah.
The Torah, your Old Testament, so the first 5 books of Moses. That's all the Torah is. So that's what you believe in. So I'm going to ask you this. You believe in it, you follow it wholeheartedly.
I try my best to do.
Well, right now, you're breaking the laws of the Torah. Because you shouldn't have on mixed garments. So it's just you say, you say, yeah, they don't take that much to they don't take that much to do that. But in doing that and subscribing to that, that means you're going to establish your own salvation pretty much.
No.
Yeah, that was the Torah, yeah, based upon that.
No, but I'm saying, I know God has already determined my salvation.
Yeah,
He already knows what I'm going to do. He already knows where I'm going to go.
But that's true. But I'm saying, though, when you subscribe to the Torah, that means you're subscribing to keeping the laws. Which that means in that event, you have canceled out the Savior. That's what I'm saying now, because now you keeping the laws in effort to establish yourself.
I got a book for you. Yep. So you say Deuteronomy is part of the Torah, right? All right. So we go to Deuteronomy 18 and 15. The Lord, Yahweh Bashim, the Lord, thy power will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee of thy brethren, like unto me, unto him ye shall hearken.
Right. So, sorry.
Who they're speaking of?
The Son.
The Son.
Messiah.
All right. So the Messiah, where is he found at? Where is he described at?
Where is he?
Yeah. Where is his son? The record of the son's life. Where is it recorded at?
Where is it recorded?
Where is the records of his life?
In the New Testament.
Yeah. So you say that's the Son, but you don't believe in the New Testament.
I didn't say I didn't believe in
You
the
said
New
you studied the Torah.
The
That's
Torah.
how I studied the New Testament. You have to study all of it in order to know.
No. We're just going by what you said. You said you studied the
I
Torah.
said I studied studied the
You leave the Torah. Yeah. So at that point, you cancel out everything else. We just going by what you said, you know. Can't leave it up to our imagination. We're going to say, okay, you study the Torah.
But I didn't say I did study the New Testament. I was raised on the New Testament because when they brought our people over here, they taught us everything that they wanted us to know. So I was raised on the New Testament. I was raised on the Bible and stuff. I was just asking you a question because I wanted to know, basic doctrine that you were coming from. Because when I saw this with the 12 tribes, I was just walking.
So what you believe you're an Israelite then? You believe you're an Israelite?
Man, let me share this with you and be perfectly honest with you. There are so many doctrines that we've been taught over here.
No, I'm just saying though.
I'm saying I don't know if we're Israelites or we're Hebrew.
Yeah, but you made a when you said that you studied the Torah right there, that put you in the stratosphere of saying that you're an Israelite, bro. You know? So that's what it is. You just
have y'all laws of right, that's what I'm saying. I study everything too.
So after you study
everything, let me ask, are we Israelites?
Yeah. We're Israelite, bro.
So after you study everything, what conclusion did you come to?
I'm still learning. And that's why I'm here. I turned my car around to come and see what it was that was being spoken here because I'm still learning. I'm still trying to find out. I'm still trying to sift through King James and what was before. I'm still trying
but
to
it get to a point, right? You got, let's say like the football. You can study the playbook, it gets to a point with the season coming up. Right. You ain't gonna have time to keep, you gotta have something, you gotta have it together.
No,
right now,
you started all through season.
No. We're gonna get to a point with live bullets flying, man. Okay? What you gonna do? You ain't gonna have time to study when the power off. And when that famine get ready to, lay hold to America. You're not gonna be able to say, hey, bro.
Well, one of the things that you're doing is you're standing out here teaching. So as you teach, we have to learn. We're constantly learning. We'll always be learning.
That's why these brothers out here. That's why these brothers out here. They be out every week.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. You'll be out. Lord willing, be here next week. You'll be out next week. Let me ask you, you gonna be here?
Because if I'm hearing something that he speaks to me and say, hey, that's what you need to be learning. Guess what? Just like I turn around.
How long you gonna be here today?
I got to go and take.
See, that's what I'm saying. Hey, but the scripture talk about that. The Lord was pushing forth the word, and you had people to make excuse. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying. This is a sense of urgency. You had one man had to go see about his wife, and one man had left.
I turned around to come and see what you're talking about. So it's interesting, and I'll be here when I see y'all here again.
Okay, bro.
I'll be here because my thing is I want to learn.
Well, there you go.
I don't want to stand out there and continuously be dumb. If you got a teacher teaching, and you heard some of that teaching, and you walk away, that means you want to be where you are in darkness and not awake. I want to be awake. So when I turn around, he turned me around. I didn't turn me around. And what you were saying,
so let me ask you, okay, before you can get everything, now you done wasted a lot of time talking to me. You're pretty not going to get a lot of it. So you ain't going to have time to believe now. Because you ain't going to hear the message.
No, you're a teacher.
All right, come on, let's get this out. You straight up to it.
This Isaiah 30:20, and though the Lord give you...
Also, like, you had a question too?
Yeah, what are the 12 tribes of Israel?
What are they? Yeah. It's just what it is. 12 tribes of Israel. You know what a tribe is, right?
Yeah.
You have 12 and they of Israel.
What is the significance of those 12?
They would be the heirs, they would be the children of the God of the Bible.
Okay.
The one we might call God, they are his people. That's one of the things that's, see, Jake gone, man. Jake talking all this damn shit.
So
Jake talk a good game.
Well, I got a follow-up question. So I'm half Puerto Rican, my dad's Puerto Rican.
But you're an Israelite.
Does that mean
you're an Israelite. That's why you came up here. That's why your spirit. Yeah, you're an Israelite, bro. Look at him. Yeah. You got the sauce. Yeah. You're an Israelite, brother.
All right, man. I'll take it.
Yeah. You're a special spirit,
I'm
bro.
Japanese, my dad's Puerto Rican. So I got half.
No, we can see your spirit. You're an Israelite.
Yeah, I got half over.
Yeah.
This is Acts 26, in verse 6. It says, and now, this is Apostle Paul speaking. It says, and now I stand and am judged for the hope of the promise made of God unto our fathers, unto which promise our 12 tribes, instantly serving God day and night, hope to come, for which hope's sake, King Agrippa, I am accused of the Jews. So when you're dealing with the tribes of the Bible, you got to understand there's promises attached, all right, to your nationality. You know, like you see the reason why the so-called white man is in power today is because his forefathers came into power, all right, and they was able to pass that power down, all right, according to what? A lineage, all right? So according to our lineage, which we go back to the 12 tribes, we have a promise of world domination as well. You see, when you go into the Bible, it's dealing with Jacob and Esau. Everything is centered around Jacob and Esau and the blessings that these two nations got. All right, the so-called white man is the descendants of Esau, and these tribes are the descendants of Jacob. You see, so everything is based around the promises given, you know, to these two men which became nations. You got something, bro?
Good. It's Revelation chapter 21 and verse 12, and it had a wall great and high.
Yep. Now this is speaking of the actual, you know, kingdom. You know, because contrary to popular belief, they think that, you know, people think that according to the Bible, you die and go to heaven, and that's where you're gonna be for eternity. No, the Lord deals with the living. He's the God of the living. You know, so what's going to happen is a new kingdom going to be ushered in, and it's going to be the kingdom, all right, of Israel. It's going to be on earth. It's going to be our heaven. Heaven goes into rulership. See, right now, the so-called white man is in his heaven, all right? Because when you look at it, who has the strongest militaries in the earth? What nationality of people? When you go into Russia, what are they? So-called white people. The Americans, the leaders of America, so-called white people. You go to the European countries, NATO and the EU, so-called white people, all right? Who has the strongest currencies on earth? All right, the FRN, all right, the American dollar is a world reserve currency. Who's face on that money? You go to the British pound, it's a strong currency. All right? You know, all these so-called nations is ran by white people are what? At the top because they are within their rulership. But we got a new rulership that's to come, all right? And it's going to be our kingdom for these tribes because it was promised to our forefathers. When you hear about the Bible, he says, I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right? And the descendants of Jacob are these tribes. And see, your father is from the tribe of Ephraim. All right? They will make you a seed of the promise. You was born into a promise, like the so-called white man. He's born into an inheritance of this life. All right? We're going to be coming to an inheritance, and our children, they're going to be born into rulership. You know? Go ahead.
Revelation 21 and 1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
See, he saw a new heaven and a new earth. He seen a new rulership. And see, the earth is going to be cleansed with fire. Now, we was talking about the missiles. The missiles going to destroy, but they also going to cleanse the earth as well because there's so much pollution in the earth. All right? Hey, the earth has been destroyed by the rulers, man. Yep. And hey, at the end of the day, hey, like you always say, if you got a weak stomach, this ain't for you, man. Hey, Johnny Cage ain't gonna make it, man. You know? You ain't, you know. Yeah. Though I say he one of the ones gonna come back after y'all was shot on the second planet. Then you'll see what we're talking about.
Okay, good. It says, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven.
And that's going to be the elect coming out of those chariots, man, to take over the earth, man. See, that's why, you know. This is Babylon, man. You know, go ahead and read it again.
Good.
And this is why the earth needs a new rulers, man. You know, because the current rulers are just letting this place go to shit, man. Go ahead.
And I, John, saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Yeah, new heaven and new earth, new rulership, and then a fresh earth. Go ahead.
It says, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Yeah, that's Esau's rulership. You know, the current state of the earth that he has in, all this concrete, all these cities, you know, that's going to be passed away. This fire is going to renovate the earth for the elect. See, go ahead.
And there was no more sea.
There was no more sea. Go ahead.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem,
Yep.
coming down from the Most High out of heaven,
Yeah, that's the elect coming out those cherries.
prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Yeah, prepared to rule. In those immortal bodies, having that power, having that wisdom, we coming down prepared to rule. You see? Go ahead.
Jump down to verse 12, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates.
Yeah, go ahead.
And at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon were the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Because this is who this kingdom is for. You know? Go to Daniel 2. Daniel 2 start like a 4.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain.
Yeah, the Most High is against this destroying government, man. Right? Because this is the centerpiece of destruction in the earth, man. All right? Because not only is American military physically destroying, but the mindset that America pushes through the earth is destroying the earth, man. You see? That's why you have, you know, a damn, they talking about a pandemic. What about the training pandemic? That's a damn pandemic, man. You know? LGBTQ, that's a pandemic, man. That's death. That's walking death, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which destroys all the earth.
Which destroys all the earth. You know? There's no way we're supposed to be seeing the things that we're supposed to be seeing, man. But that's just going to make that judgment that severe, man. Hey, in kingdom, that's why the 1,000 years going to be so rigorous, man, because this shit got to be beat out these heathens, man. That got to be beat out of them, man. It's going to be a real tight, you know, 1,000 years, man, because that mindset has to be beat out the earth, man. You know, go ahead.
It says, and I will stretch out mine hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain.
That's going to be with missiles, man. All right? That's why so many warheads prepared, man, because the judgment of this place is great, man. You know?
Yeah, good. Daniel 2:41, and whereas thou souls with feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Yeah, and that's where we at now. We in the 10 toes of the statue of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, which is America, NATO, and the EU. So we at the end of the heathen's rule, man. Go ahead.
It says, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Yeah, go ahead.
And as the toes of the people were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
And that's what you see, because even with the EU nation, some of them have strong economies, some of them have weak economies. Some of them militaries are stronger than others, you know? So this is a kingdom that's divided, and part of it is strong, but part of it is like clay, man. You know? Go ahead.
43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, that shall mix themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another.
Go ahead.
Even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Go ahead.
Verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
So that's the time we in now. In the days of this kingdom, it said the Most High will raise up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. So you got to have to understand it, like, this is the beginning of immortality right here. It starts now. Like the scripture say, they're going to, how Shah said, there's some of you standing here that shouldn't taste death. It's just some brothers going to be changed, man. And that's how we're going to be. It's going to be a permanent status to what we're changed to. That's why I call it an incorruptible crown. You know? So, the Most High is already building on that kingdom. It's never going to be destroyed by raising up the tabernacle of David, man. You see? It say it's going to be not left to other people. You know? And see, our people don't like to hear that, man. That's why you see the little Ephraimite, he got South Party with him when he heard his buddy wasn't going to be reigning with him, man. But when his buddy 200 years ago was beating the brakes off these people, you think he cared about other nations reigning with him? You know? And that's why, see, our people got to get into a rulership mentality, man. And really, we so far gone, it's hard to communicate with people. Like, I can't simply break that down to you, like, you know, if you ain't built for it, then, you know, yeah, you know, we so far gone, you know, we really like, you know, decades ahead of everyone else, man. When you, the mindset that the Lord put on this men, you see, because that's far stretched, because you think about rulership, you know, you start talking about the prophecies of rulership and these other heathens being under us, you know, Jake need to think about his co-workers. You know, he might have gave him his first job in high school and shit. His coach, you know, he used to pick him up out of prayer. He started thinking of that stupid shit, man. It don't matter, man. You know? But we passed that, man. We know what it is, man.
This is 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel 2 and 8. He raised up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes.
So we been from the dunghill because the Israelite man is at the bottom of the map. You know, we are the least. We are the bottom of all nations, the Israelite men. You know, because we even under the women according to this social status. All right, structure, man. We under our women under this, man. You know, somebody as a whole. Now, brothers have came out of it, you know, and we deal according to the scriptures, man. Like the scripture said, remember yourselves men, but you look at it as a whole, you know, the women of our nation are above us within this construct, man. You see? So we at the very bottom. So he's going to raise us up from places of dishonor. Yeah, and it shows you what we at, man. You know?
God, continuing on, it says, and to make them inherit the throne of glory.
Make us inherit. See? That's why I say, Jake gotta get out there, the American, you know, friends, and that sitcom, you know, nigga got, Trials got like a goddamn sitcom mind frame, man. You know? No, man, this earth is about rulership. There's always a nation that's in power and other nations enslaved to them, man. When the Babylonians was in power, guess what? All the other nations was in captivity, man. It was in some type of tribute. When the Persians was in power, the other nations was in tribute, man. You know? So, the planet Earth has always been about a nation ruling and people serving, man. Yeah. But then when we come to the tribe, they get soft-hearted, man. Yeah. Jake gets soft-hearted and want to, you know, everybody be on his level. No, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says, and to make them inherit the throne of glory, for the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them.
Yep. Hey, so the Most High, all right, he promotes people to rulership, and he demotes people out of rulership, man. And see, we come to a time of the eternal kingdom, and we'll never be demoted. You know? Hey, the time of these heathens and their temporary kingdom is over with, man. You see? Get that, that was it on? Yeah, that was it. Yeah, get that, the 2 Corinthians 4:16. All right, get that Deuteronomy.
Okay. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 13.
Go ahead.
And the Lord shall make thee the head.
Hey, so the Most High has a rulership class mentality when it comes towards the people, man. You know, but you try to tell Jake, this nigga, think about, you know, that year in first grade, you know, with the Edomite, his best friend, man, him and Ryan and shit. You know, Most High got a ruling class mentality. He wants his people to have a ruling class mentality, man. Jake can't shake that shit, man. Go ahead.
And not the tail.
And not the tail. This is what the Most High intended for his people, for us to be the head, man. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be above only.
Thou shalt be above only. All right? Above only, an exalted nation, man. And we can feel it. Like brothers can see it, man. That's why this kingdom irks us so much, man. You know? Go ahead.
And thou shalt not be beneath.
Thou shalt not be beneath, man. But Jake done got so comfortable with being beneath, man. You know? Jake done got comfortable with being beneath. You know? Nigga even got comfortable. See, Jake, if it was up to Jake, a nigga would take unemployment for eternity, man. He'll pass that down to his son. Nigga owe you $700 a week, son. You know? That's a mindset a nigga got, man. Go ahead.
And it's like it. And thou shalt not be beneath.
Yep.
If that thou hearken unto the commandments
yep.
of the Lord thy power,
yep.
which I command thee this day.
Yeah, that's a ruling class mentality, man. You see? But it comes with what? Obedience. And that's why the elect, the house of David, is in the mind frame of being obedient, man, so we can come back into this spot, man. And we want that spot back, man. You know, go ahead.
To observe and to do this.
Yep, to observe and to do them. Get that one.
Yep. Good. Exodus 19:5.
Yep.
Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, It says, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine.
Above all people, if we was obedient. So the Most High had intention for us to be in power, man. You know, He created us to be rulers, man. He's in us to be rulers, man. You know, to be over these heathen. These people need guidance, man. You know, look at these people, man. They need guidance, man. You know, look how people dress, man. Nigga coming here with a sweater, you know, a little ass short, no socks, you know. But then it's the nigga that's over, you know, Alabama power. Fuck you, you know. What's going on, man? Yeah. My way out killing dogs, nigga. Yeah. Getting golden showers and shit, man. Yeah. These people need to be ruled over, man. Man, yeah, the earth made of 75% water, but then it's a water crisis on drinkable water, man. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Why? Because this nigga's in power, man. He got to go. You know?
It's Rock 10 in verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
Yep.
And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable.
He gonna set over it one that is profitable, man. Because Esau's rulership is not profitable to the earth, man. He allows people to destroy themselves, man. You know? That's why people get to play these, you know, because it's really like a big goddamn Saturday Night Live shit. This ain't real. You know? Hey, in the ancient world, a woman can pretend to be no man. You see? No. She gonna have to, she gotta serve her purpose, man. But in this society, everybody's allowed to do what they want to do, man. You can live out your wicked, you know, imagination here, man. Yeah, it's an app for every wickedness you want, man. You know, go ahead.
It says, in the hand of the Most High is the prosperity of men, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor.
Yep. So we at the time now, how about Shemal Shah is finna transfer kingdoms, man. Because he's very displeased with this rulership, man. You know? Yep.
This is Ecclesiastes 10:5.
Yep.
There is an evil which I have seen under the sun,
yep,
as an error which proceeded from the ruler.
As an error which proceeded from the ruler. You know? Hey, it's like a mistake. You know? It's a big mistake in the earth. Yeah. You know, it's a major mistake with this nigga in power, man. Go ahead.
It says, verse 6, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
And the rich sit in low places. Folly is set in dignity, man. Just look at the people that sat on high, man. Look at that young nigga at graduation.
Oh, yeah. Look,
yeah.
Jake,
Yeah. You know, it's here. Yeah, here it is, a nigga. Nigga like Money Bag, yo, the number one rapper on earth. That's positive. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
in this society.
Yep. Service is low place,
It says, I have seen servants upon horses,
yep,
and princes walking, and servants upon the earth.
Yeah, service on horses is Esau being in power. The power, all right, horse goes to power. This man is a servant. Because even when you go into the word power, you know, Mayor Hampshire power, the word power goes into peasant. It's German for peasant. You see, and he was the first one to change his name to Rothschild, and he started that banking franchise of Rothschild. Yep. So here it is, this man, you know, was able to creep in power, all right? But he's a damn servant by nature, man. You see? But see, the Most High finna turn everything right side up, man. You see? Over there. Started by, yep, started by. Because see, all throughout the Bible, Yahweh by Shemal Shah is always talking to the men of Israel, you know, to be in the mindset of a ruler, man. All right? Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 5.
Yep.
If thou carefully hearken unto the voice.
And it always starts with obedience. You know why, brother? Push up obedience gonna open up so much for us, brother. You know, you're not selling dreams. The scripture keep telling you, going to all these scriptures and keep saying, if thou hearken, you know, you see? Go ahead.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy power,
Go ahead.
to observe to do all these commandments,
Yep.
which I commanded thee this day.
Yep.
For the Lord thy power blesseth thee,
Yep.
as he promised thee,
As he promised thee, go ahead.
and thou shalt lend unto many nations.
And thou shalt lend unto many nations. Hey, because usury ain't wicked, it's just the way that these elites do it. You know? Because we're allowed to put usury on other nations. Like, we're going to be in control of currencies, man, but it's going to be real substance, man. You see? Go ahead.
But thou shalt not borrow, and thou shalt reign over many nations.
And thou shalt not borrow, and thou shalt reign over many nations, man. All right? Let's get that word reign in Blue and see what it goes into. You know? Yeah, so Jake got to snap out there, man. You know, Jake and that 70s show spirit, man. You know, hanging out in the basement. No, man. We here to reign the earth, man. All right? Hey, because you think about a ruler just does nothing but make decisions all day, man. We're supposed to be in council all day concerning the earth. You know, then we break the council, go deal with our women, eat, come back to council, get things in order. You know, we got just like Esau colonized the earth, we gonna colonize the earth in righteousness. Why you think we're gonna have so many wives? Now we understand the purpose of women. Because through a woman, you can duplicate yourself. You see? That's why she's the highest possession you can have, because you can have gold and livestock, precious stones, but you can't reproduce yourself with those things. With the woman, you can reproduce yourself. Here it is, you constantly expanding your kingdom. Who would you want to rule your kingdom? Your son. So you can constantly duplicate yourself and set rulers up. Yeah. Yeah. And then the daughters you have, they're going to be bred to be wives of other rulers. You're going to be steady joining houses for rulership together through marriage, man. You see, now we learn, like when Yahweh Shai says life, that means we learning how to live. You see, now we learning how to live on the earth, how to exist on the earth. This is life, you know? Go ahead.
That word rain.
Yeah, that word rain. The blue dot.
Word rain is Strong's 8, 49:10. It says to rule.
To rule. Go ahead.
Have dominion.
Have dominion. Go ahead.
To exercise dominion.
To exercise dominion. And we're going to do this over the other nations, man. They're going to learn a righteous standard in the earth, man. You see? That's what the house of David is built to do, man. All right? You get that Psalms 122:5. Then we what you got? This Psalm 122:5. All right? Because the house of David ain't being raised up, just to keep doing live streams. We're going to move to the next phase soon, man.
Yeah, God. Psalms 122:5. But God said, thrones of judgment and thrones of the house of David.
There are set thrones of judgment, thrones of the house of David. Those are the rightful rulers in the earth, man. That's why he's going to make it eternal. Because it's right. When something right, it's something worth it. Yeah, if I got a system in place, I'm going to keep that system in place. Matter of fact, I'm going to duplicate it.
This is Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 32. They shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name.
And that's what's happening. It's a cut to Captain Zaria, saying the name of Yahweh is a title. All right? And you can't play cleanup on you saying what you saying, man. Jake say it, and then he get overwhelmed, then he try to backpedal. No, man, you said what you said, man. Yeah. And that's recorded, man. Jake act like it ain't recorded. If Esau can record, you think the angels ain't recording what you said, man? No, man, we're going to think on those names. Yahweh, our Heavenly Father, and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. We got those names, man. Go ahead.
Verse 33. And return from their stiff neck.
Yeah, return from their stiff neck. So we was all born in this anti-Messiah spirit. We was taught, we were bred to be anti-Messiah. Now we return from it.
It says, and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
And that's how you know, like you say, that the elect, like within our families now. That's how you know you're really the head of the household. You know, like when the house shine came of age, he was really over there. You know? So really, like, when you go into it, that's why a lot of, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That was, hey, the Most High, he just show example. We talking about rulership. That's a nigga playing the goddamn
J-Lo was
yeah, the Google dog. What the Pussycat dog?
He probably watched Josie and the Pussycat too, eating serious.
He ain't fit with it, you know? But going back to the point, that's why when you look at a lot of brothers, you know, the reason why a lot of brothers, mothers and fathers took the jab, because ultimately we really, the beginning of the lineage, if we up there to 144,000, everybody, the whole nation gonna come back to us, man. You know?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's why it's a different spirit, like, you know, it's a different energy. So it
Continuing on, it says, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it.
they shall be lords, rulers, have dominion of it. Go ahead.
And I will increase them,
And increase us. Go ahead.
and they shall not be
We
diminished.
shall not be diminished. You know. So now we finna come into a time where we gonna have a righteous kingdom, and it's gonna constantly increase, man.
That's it.
You know?
Hey, that goes into your seed too.
Yep.
I'm gonna increase that. That goes to the children on top of the children, your lineage, man.
Yeah. Hey, cause your sons will never stop being rulers. Your daughters will never stop being married to rulers, man. It's gonna be a constant increase, man. You know?
Hey, and so with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Hashem,